Hi, my amazing pen friends. It's Jess from Dizney Jess. And since Donald Duck's birthday was yesterday, I thought it would be nice to pay tribute to him by showing off a few Donald Duck inspired pins. Now, I don't collect Donald, so I don't have a ton of Donald pens, but the ones that I do have, I do really appreciate. They oftentimes will fall into other collections that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this board off to the side and we'll go over each one of these one by one. All right, pin number one is this really cute Happy Halloween pin from 2020. It is an annual pass holder pin. I thought this design was just really cute and kind of different because you see so many flat pins. Now, this particular one, so you have like a little treat bag here for Halloween, of course. You have Mickey on the side. I'm not sure who Mickey is supposed to be, but he does have like a pumpkin on his hat. Maybe he is the mayor of Halloween. I don't know. Maybe he's supposed to be Jack Skellington. I don't know. But Goofy is a jester up here, and we have Donald dressed as a bat. And look at Donald's expression. It's so cute. And we have the candy corn. But the really unique thing about this pen is that Goofy is actually spring loaded, so he kind of moves up and down there. It is a rather intense, I would say, posting situation here with these really thick posts because you need that extra space. I don't know of a whole lot of other pens that have this. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this pen is he does have an annual pass holder stamp. Now, I don't know that any of my other ones have this particular annual pass holder stamp. I'd have to look at my newer pens, but I do think that's really cute. We do have, your logo and everything over here, and he was limited edition of 5,000. So really cute, just Halloween pens. I do collect Halloween pens, usually just a couple each year, but very cute. Going with our Halloween theme, let's do our other Donald Halloween pen. I think this is the only other Halloween pen anyhow. So we have this open edition from 2021. Now they did a whole line of these. They all had this really glittery background. I think I got all of them, to be honest, because I just thought they were so cute. And so you have Donald here carrying a stack of pumpkins. This top one just cracks me up with the sad face. So, so cute. And then, of course, Donald has stepped in a pumpkin and is rather upset about that because Donald has a few anger management issues. But I just think this is a cute pen. A lot of times, the open edition pens for the holidays are really limited edition pens, though they don't state that. Like on the back, you're not going to see that it's a limited edition pen, but they only stay around for the holidays. And when they're gone, they're gone. All right, next, let's kind of keep with the holidays theme, and I'll show you a couple of other holiday pens that we have. So I have two Fine and Dandy pens. This is the first of the two. This one is, so Fine and Dandy is a pen they put out for Dapper Days. I think they originally were just released at Disneyland, but now I'm pretty sure it's coast to coast, and I think there might be two a year, but I could be wrong on that because I don't follow it closely. But when I do see these pens come out, I do gravitate towards them because I love them. I love the older styling of the clothing they wear, and just that aesthetic really appeals to me. So this particular one has Donald and Daisy in kind of a different cartoon style. I think this is a more modern style of them, but they are dressed very classically. So you have Donald in this kind of plaid vest with a red bow tie, and Minnie with her feathered little bow headband there. And the the shoes really tell the story, I think, a little bit. It's just really cute. And it's a little bit of a pin on pin. So we have Donald and Daisy on top of this background pin, which has a kind of screen printed house in the background. It makes me think of the American Pavilion, but I don't think that is actually what it's supposed to be. I'm not sure what it is supposed to be. Maybe the fire station. If anybody knows, let me know below. But it does say Fine and Dandy here in 2021. These are limited edition pens. This one happens to be limited edition of 4,000. Now, our second Fine and Dandy pen is actually one of my favorite all-time Fine and Dandy pens. And this has Donald and Daisy dressed up as, well, Donald is dressed up as a Dapper Dan, singing there and just greeting Daisy. You have the Fine and Dandy sign here. I love the detail that we have a little Mickey in the sign, even though it is not a hidden Mickey. So I love that attention to detail. This was from 2018. You have Minnie in a longer dress here, where opposed to the other one where she just has a shirt on. And I kind of like this style a little bit better. Again, we have the parasol and everything. And this one, we just have a road in the background, which I also think is really nice. It's like he's asking her to go for a walk with him, which would have been something that would have been very appropriate for the time period Dapper Days pays tribute to. So on the back here, we do have a limited edition of 5,000. Nothing else really to speak of there, but just a really nice Dapper Days pen. All right, continuing with our holidays, we have St. Patrick's Day. Now, this is, I think, my only St. Patrick's Day pen, and it is just the cutest pen. So you have Donald with a super happy expression. I do have a little bit of a hard time believing that him and a leprechaun would get along. I think it would probably end up like him and Chip and Dale. But anyhow, on the door here we have, so it's a tree that he's peeking around. And on the door it says Happy St. Patrick's Day from the Little Man of Disneyland. Now, the Little Man of Disneyland is this leprechaun story. It has, like, there actually is on a tree in Disneyland a little door like this for the Little Man in Disneyland. Now, I don't remember the entire story off the top of my head, but it is really cute, and I highly recommend, like, if you go to Disneyland, you should look for it. It's not something you're going to see at Disney World, just at Disneyland. So that being said, so we have the little quote on the door. Down here, we do have a very small 2017. You barely even notice it, to be honest. And then you have the little light that kind of pushes off to the side, and you can open the door, and there is your little leprechaun with all that glitter behind him. It's just a really adorable pen. Now, this one was limited edition of 4,000. All right, and I think my last holiday will be Christmas pens. So this is a Very Merry Christmas Party pen. It came as a 2-pack. So the other pen was just an ornament in Donald's colors, but this one actually showcased Donald kind of breaking out. Like, I think he must have been accidentally wrapped as a present, and he's breaking out of the present here. You have his leg coming out of the side of the present and underneath, and he just looks so agitated, and he's dressed up like a little elf. It's so adorable. These were limited edition of 5,300, which is kind of a weird number. And let's see if I remember the year. They were from, hold on, 2017, I think. I would tell you off the back, but my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But I'm pretty sure it's 2017. So really cute Donald pin there. And my second Christmas pin is this one. So this is a ornament pin that was a hidden Mickey. I think it was a Disneyland exclusive. And this is the only one that I have in this collection. Now, I collect hidden Mickeys, and I also collect Christmas pens. So this kind of falls in both categories. I think I picked it up for like $3 or something. And I just thought it was adorable. So you have Donald in this ornament. I love the coloring that they used in the background. I think it really makes him pop. And you have the branch element, actually. So it's hanging on something, which I think is really cute. And then the hidden Mickey kind of logo or mark is down here on the bottom. Now, he is 3 of 5 on the back there. And he was from, I want to say 2010. I think that's what that says. So really cute Hidden Mickey pen. Now let's continue with the Hidden Mickey trend. Next is my Masquerade mask. This is another Disneyland exclusive. So this was from, gosh, I just worked on this, 2020. So I'm almost done completing the set. I went over it recently. If I can find that video, I will link it up above for you. But essentially, it's a whole series of different characters as Masquerade mask. And the Disneyland ones all featured classic characters, including Donald here. So we have the blue mask. I love the little swirly detail that they put on here. The Mickey is up here in the corner by the eye. And then you have that yellow kind of across. And then you have some feathers at the top, paying tribute to Donald there, along with the red and black. So super cute pen. Next, we have a Hidden Mickey present. Now this was a Disney World, I believe, pen. Now don't quote me on that because I didn't look it up, but I did collect these myself, so I'm pretty sure it was Disney World. So these were Hidden Mickey pins from 2019, I believe it was. And this one's 3 of 5. And they were all the different characters, just as different presents. I think they have Mickey, Minnie, Goofy. I have this complete set. I love it. And Donald is this kind of cylinder type package with the bow on top, which obviously is the red bow paying tribute to Donald. And then you have the button element, which I thought was really cute, and the line that kind of is associated with his shirt. So it's a really good way of bringing Donald into a different format. And then you have the Hidden Mickey off there to the side. All right. Next, let's do an open edition pen. So this is Donald as one of the bellhops for the Tower of Terror. Now, he is often, I want to say, featured in Tower of Terror pens because of his personality. It just kind of goes. It's like him and Goofy, and you'll see Chip and Dale. I think those are the main ones. Like Mickey and Minnie have more recently been featured in pens for Tower of Terror, but traditionally those are kind of the characters. I think Stitch is now starting to as well. But here we have Donald. It looks like the bag kind of fell on his foot here, and he's just really upset about it. I love that one of his eyes is closed and the other one is kind of giving the bag the stink eye. Just a really cute feature. Now this was one of a 3-pen set. I'm not positive, but this might still be in the park. It's a fairly recent purchase for me. So within the last couple of years, I haven't looked, but last I knew these were still in the park. And I just think he's so cute as a bellhop. My other kind of open edition, this is from a mystery pack. This was, oh gosh, was it Wilderness Explorers? No, it's Safari Squad. That's what it was called. And they were all like badges for Wilderness, like the safari. At least that was the design of them, and I thought they were really cute. So I have most of this mystery set. I'm sad that I don't think it's any longer in the parks, but here we have Donald accidentally taking a picture of himself rather than whatever was out on the safari. And I love his eyes. They're just so bizarre. And you have the very iconic tree from the safari there in the background as well. Donald's hat falling off, which I think is a nice element. And then down here at the bottom, we have Expert Explorer, which I just think is hilarious. Next, we have some limited edition pens that are kind of fun. So we're going to start with was this from last year? I think it was. Ooh, let me think here a minute. It was the Parade Down Main Street pens, and he was third in line of the monthly releases. I do have quite a few of these, not the complete set because it wasn't the set I initially was going for, but I do think they're rather cute. So we have Donald as a hot air balloon here, and his outfit is rather glittery, which I think is really cute. I like the addition lines that they made to make him a balloon. And then we have a little bit of blue sky behind him. And then you have the lines for the basket, and you have a stained glass element there. And then below that, you have the 4D kind of rubberized element of the basket to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. These are really cute pens. They had a lot of different characters, and this one was limited edition. Let's see if I can find it here. Of, I think that says 4,000. So really cute pens. Next, we have this pen, which was part of the Mechanical Kingdom, I think is what they called it. They were all these steampunk pens that paid tribute for different sections of Magic Kingdom. There were a bunch of other ones that came out around the same time. And I love steampunk stuff. And so I love the aesthetic of these pens. Now, I will say I bought this pen off of eBay, and I am pretty sure it's probably a fake. But I am using it as a placeholder until I get an authentic one. The reason I think it is a counterfeit is because it is stamped with APP, which would mean pre-production, but there is a lot of edging here on it, and I just am not convinced that it wasn't counterfeited. So I'm kind of, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to trade it. It is in my collection as a placeholder, and I still think it's a wonderful pen, to be honest. It is, despite the imperfections on the back, a really beautiful pen. Now, this pen did come out in 2010, since we're on the back here, and was limited edition of 2,500. I believe there were 4 individual pens, and then there was a box set, if memory serves, that had a 5th pen in it. But this one was for Adventureland, so you have the Adventureland sign at the top. You kind of have this tiki mask in the background, or maybe a mask from like the people on Jungle Cruise. So it's that, and then you have the element of his little spyglass here, which is very steampunk-esque, and his outfit kind of has a few steampunk attributes to it as well. And then he has, I'm not sure if this is like a spear in his hand, but I think that's what that's supposed to be. And he just has this really smug expression on his face, which is really cool. And next we have one of my favorite Donald pens, which is quite hefty. Now this one was from the Medieval Magic pen event that they did in Disneyland. I've noticed Disneyland tends to get some of the cooler Donald pens. It's just me. Anyhow, so this one is a crown, and you have King Donald here in the middle and he's colored. So like, as in he has color to him, and he's a pen on pen element. So you have the background pen, you have Donald as a pen on pen element, and then this kind of rim is also a pen on pen element. So you kind of have a lot of dimension to this pen. And the crown is very ornate. Donald has this angry expression. And then you have these 2 Donalds that are on the side, making up the sides of the crown, which is a really cool effect. And I just love the design of it. So I'm not sure if it's the same Donald, but I think it is. And these were just so cool. I am trying to get all of the pens in this collection as well, because I just loved everything they released at this particular pen event. And this one was limited edition of 5,000. Here's the Medieval Magic logo on it. Nothing else really special about the back, but just a really awesome pen. And our last pen is one of my most recent purchases. So this is the Windows of Main Street collection. They were monthly releases, and some were Disneyland, some were Disney World. It was kind of one of those coast to coast type deals. So this one is featuring Donald, of course, and he has his own little window. I love the window they chose for him. It's actually, I think, the biggest one in the set, like the biggest window. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm thinking. And on top here, we have, a nice little sailboat here, which also ties in with Donald very well. We have Roy E. Dizney underneath that, specializing in the gentlemanly sport of racing the sea. And then if you pull the window down, which is really fun that it does that, it says aboard the ketch, Percania. I'm not sure. That might have been a company that they used to buy up land. And then it says Patty Dizney, first mate and gourmet cook. Now, I'm not positive, but I think Patty was Roy and Walt's mom, but it could also have been his wife. I can't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those two. So I love the little Easter eggs these pins have. Now, I did complete this collection recently, so I did a video where I completed it and showed you that whole set, so I will link that up above. But I think this is probably, it's between this one and the Adventureland, and like, I love all of them, but I think these are my 3 top Donald pins, to be honest. They're just really cute, and yeah, I can't decide between the 3 of them. But let me know what Donald pin was your favorite down below, or if you have another one that you really love, let me know about it. I'd love to hear. And until next time, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you real soon.